the perfect heist. But their escape just turned cold.
Smell good, bro.
I don't think so.
What is going on here?
He had his hands on the girl.
You're gonna help us cross the border by foot. She's dead if you don't.
You go 3 weeks without food out here, but only 3 days without water.
You really are Mr. Survival.
Just want to keep her safe.
So are you gonna do something or what?
Now, his territory, his rules.
I can hear you!
Where are they going?
I don't know. I told him I was gonna catch up.
Catch. But I hunt. I hunt to kill.
Jim Rhodes is a border patrolman staking out a seemingly abandoned trailer. His partner, Lee Davis, thinks it's nothing, but instinct tells Rhodes otherwise. They investigate to find a meth lab in the trailer. They exit to call in for backup in a hazmat unit. Inside the trailer, some of the cookers were hiding under the trailer and come up through a trapdoor. Armed, they shoot Lee while Jim fires back. The exchange starts a fire in the trailer. Just as the trailer explodes, Jim makes it out, but the severely wounded Lee was inside during the detonation. A time later, a group of robbers pull off a major heist. Their contact, Lawson, backstabs them and runs off with the loot. One of the robbers, Banks, sneaks a tracking device on Lawson and they trace him near the border between Montana and Canada. We meet back with Jim, struggling in the aftermath of the meth lab incident. While on an imposed vacation, he can't get over Lee's death. He's also having a tough time with his rebellious daughter, Kim. After a shoplifting incident and being brought to the sheriff's office, Jim and Kim get mixed up with Banks and his crew. Jim is forced to help Banks navigate the Montana woods and get the loot back from Lawson. If The Condemned was Steve Austin's Battle Royale, then Hunt to Kill is Steve Austin's Cliffhanger. For those who may be too young or can't recall offhand, Cliffhanger was a criminally underrated action film with Sylvester Stallone and John Lithgow. Same basic premise with some tweaks and twists from the original to help Hunt to Kill stand on its own. If there was one issue I had with the film, it's Jim pushing his luck with his daughter's safety while being held hostage by Banks. On 2 or 3 occasions, Jim tries to make moves for his daughter to escape and they backfire royally. I would think after the second time Banks would have had enough and took a drastic step. Yet he keeps giving leeway to Jim and Kim. Banks is a wily villain, but he doesn't have the bite to match his bark. Another moment that took me off guard was where Jim kills one of the members of Banks' crew. I'm not going to say who, but this member of Banks' crew was sympathetic to Kim when Jim is seemingly killed. This character takes on a protector role. When Jim goes on the offensive to save Kim, Jim throws a spear and kills this character. I thought this was the one member of Banks' crew that shouldn't have been killed since they were almost completing a redemption subplot. Other than that, the film is fine on its own. It's toned down on the action front compared to the Condemned. Hunt to Kill starts out slow, with the action kicking in at the final third. Then you get Austin kicking ass and taking names. You have the inevitable fight between Austin and Gary Daniels. When I saw Daniels in the credits, I got excited just for the brawl he would have with Steve Austin. Talk about a nice dichotomy of styles. You have Daniels with his martial arts skills against Austin with his roughhouse brawling style. As a performance, Austin continues the Bronson-style delivery and body language. Gary Daniels doesn't have a lot of range as an actor, but his fighting skills are unquestionable. These two deliver on what is expected by both. In the late 1990s, I remember seeing Gil Bellows in Shawshank Redemption and Ally McBeal. Seeing him as a villain instead of a charming love interest was a much welcome change of pace. As Banks, he goes full dollar store Heath Ledger Joker. Similar to Vinnie Jones, Bellows plays opposite to Austin's performance, and it works. We see Bellows do a nice job of taking a stiff clothesline from Austin like a pro. Fans of 2000's Battlestar Galactica will recognize Michael Logan. Despite being top billed on IMDb, don't expect to see Eric Roberts for very long when he appears. Marie Avgeropoulos does a decent job as Kim. I find myself taking her side whenever Jim tried to free her from Banks's custody. A few times I was thinking, Jim, just wait for a more opportune time because the current moment isn't it. Hunt to Kill is fine for what it is. If you want more frequent action, then this isn't the film you want. If you're into a slow burn, then Hunt to Kill would be to your liking.